Hello, good afternoon. Michael Wynn, Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Thanks for tuning in to the video podcast where we talk about digital marketing tactics to help grow your business. Today, I want to talk about how to get 21 times more views and 36 times more messages on LinkedIn in 2019. Yes, we only have 6 months left. So basically we're at halftime for 2019, and through this episode I want to give you some ideas and insights on why LinkedIn is absolutely hot, white hot right now. You guys remember back in 2008, 2009 when Facebook was absolutely your lifeblood, and you know when you got on Facebook, you pulled it up and you're on your phone and you held it in your hand like a sweet little baby, and you just barely scrolled up the screen just like milli-inch by milli-inch, and you read everything in your Facebook feed. Guys, that's where we are in 2019 with LinkedIn. It's exactly that. So here's some statistics. I mean, why has this happened? Well, there's no doubt in my mind that there is a direct correlation between what's happening with LinkedIn and Microsoft's acquisition of them in 2016. They've seen a huge growth when you look at their average growth from 2002 to 2016 versus just the last 24 months. The data, I don't believe, has been released on exactly what the 2018 numbers are. There's some numbers out there. So most of what I'm going to talk about today is what has been recorded and reported through 2017. But so they report, again, Microsoft paid $26 billion for LinkedIn in 2016. If you're going to sink that much capital into an investment, you have a play in mind, right? Like you're not just going to, oh, maybe we'll get that. Maybe it'll turn out okay. No, you're going to be actively thinking about how to make it better, how to make revenue, how to increase readership, subscriptions, and what have you. So if you look at it, you're looking at right now a little over 500 million members. Their goal, they say, reported by their CEOs, to have 3 billion is what they hope the platform is capable of attracting. It's interesting, 61 million of those 50 million subscribers, members, are senior level influencers for their companies or in their industry, and 40 million are decision makers. So, and that's LinkedIn reported numbers. So I think that, you know, it really is interesting when you start talking about the numbers and what they represent. So here's a couple of more numbers. 87 million of the 500 are millennials, and 11 million of those millennials are decision makers in their company. So when you're talking about whether or not you're trying to connect, and you know, obviously if you're B2B, if you're a business to business organization, if you're service based or product based that's directly business to business, you know, hands down, this is where your content and your activity should reside right now, because the organic reach is incredible. Again, it's like 2008 Facebook. It's amazing. So, and that is reported. LinkedIn is the #1 platform for B2B content distribution. We've talked a lot on the show podcast about content creation, content strategy, contextual content. We've talked about that. We've talked about how readers, how people like to read content, watch content, listen to content, right? Those are the three sort of senses that we use. We either watch it, we read it, or we listen to it. And so I think that understanding that that is the case, it should absolutely be on your #1 top priority when it comes to content. If you're not familiar with SlideShare is basically a way for you to share your PowerPoint or PDF presentation material. LinkedIn acquired SlideShare as a platform even before the Microsoft acquisition. So that was already one of its top sort of content segments or media formats on the platform. So taking your slides, your deck, what have you, your PDF, and uploading it into SlideShare is a fantastic way to present your material in a professional format. The next thing I want to talk about is LinkedIn really drives the highest quality traffic to your website. I mean, this is indicated on our own site. I've been tracking this for the last few months as we've been sharing content on our LinkedIn page, my personal LinkedIn page. The average person that comes from LinkedIn spends at least 6 minutes on our website. That's huge. That's like 6 to 1. Like the average person that comes into our website is on for like a minute, whether they're from Google or Facebook or Twitter or whatever the platform is, email marketing, etc. 6 minutes is how long they stay. So there's a direct correlation between the kind of traffic you're sending to your website when it comes to LinkedIn. So let's break into that content even more specifically. So I came across this article by a brand called OkDork, which I love that name. It's hilarious. And I'm going to share a couple of insights, and I'll put the link in the blog for this post today for you guys to check it out because it's really got some great stuff. I'm going to give you 3 great takeaways. Number 1 would be, if long form written content is absolutely number 1 content on LinkedIn right now. Long form content in LinkedIn's mind is somewhere, the sweet spot is 1,900 words. So between 1,700 and 2,100 words is where you want to be. And what that means, I know for me, for my little 10-minute podcast videos that I do, I have them transcribed, and typically it's about 1,300 to 1,500 words. So if you're going to do, say, a 12 to 14-minute audio or video, you're going to be in that sweet spot of the 1,900 words. It's interesting. Again, LinkedIn reported this, that long form content has nearly a 4 to 1 ratio of shares on the platform. So when you look at the lower count, let's say you have a 500 word or 1,000 word, when you have 1,900 word long form content, your article is nearly 4 times more likely to be shared than any other form of content. I think that's really, really something to make note of. Another part or another sort of comment when it comes to content is using chunks of 5, 7, or 9. So we love lists. We love things that are broken up into chunks that we can sort of scan and bite the pieces that we want. So whether you use a list of 5, a list of 7, a list of 9, or you break up your content in 5, 7, or 9 numbers, that's also been very, very popular in terms of content that has been consumed. And it should be readable for an 11-year-old. Right? So you can't get super jargony. You need to speak clearly and very plainly, and don't assume that the end reader understands what all your super jargon stuff means. So keep it simple, like for an 11-year-old to be able to read it. And then the last thing I want to say is the mindset. When you go into LinkedIn, your mindset is so different than any other platform. When you go to Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat, or even YouTube to a degree, your mindset, when you go to LinkedIn, you're there because you're looking for inspirational thoughts, you're looking for quality content, you're looking for ideas that will inspire you. So the next thing you need to do is understand that, and understand that you can search LinkedIn. I recommend you try to connect with at least 10 people a day, and just go up and you can do a search. You can put in, whatever, president, then you can put in your city and hit search, then you can find those people, or maybe you need the sales manager or the business manager. Connect with 10 people a day at least. And then when you get the LinkedIn stalker, you'll get a message from LinkedIn that says, hey, so-and-so just looked at your profile. If they do that, follow them back, right? I mean, it's super simple. And then and let me clarify that. when they leave that message or when you get that notification, go into LinkedIn immediately if you can. Go to that person. The reason why they looked at your profile is because you guys are already connected. And if you're not, you're going to obviously connect, but most likely you already are. Go look at their profile. Go look what they do. Go look what their company is about. It takes 3 to 5 minutes for you to put together that information. And then send them a thoughtful message to say, hey, hope things are going well for you. Mention the city that they're in. I see you guys are doing some great work related to whatever field they're in. You know, be genuine and authentic about your message, and say, hey, I'd love to, know more about what you guys are doing. Send that back, right? I mean, people should not be able to just get away with come checking out your LinkedIn profile and then, leaving. So like, call them on it and send them that message. I found that I've started up some really cool interactions and conversations with some really, intriguing and inspiring folks on LinkedIn using this same sort of methodology. All right, guys, last one. You saw the title, how to get 21 times more views and 36 times more messages on LinkedIn. I'm going to give it to you. This is the secret sauce. Believe it or not, add a photo to your profile. I know it seems ridiculous, but there are I can't tell you how many owners of businesses or presidents of businesses I go to. I see their profile, and I mean, these are companies that have been in town, been in business for like, 2, 3, 4 decades, right? And the owner or leader is maybe in their 60s, and somebody told them to create a LinkedIn account 10 years ago, and they did, and they never put a photo up. But even still today, believe it or not, people create LinkedIn profiles and they do not put their photo in the picture. Now, again, it doesn't have to be like the Olin Mills, super professional shot. Like, just get a photo of yourself up there. Obviously you don't want like the morning after a long Benger, that would not be good. But yeah, just get something up there. And that statistically has shown you will get more views of your profile and you will get 36 times more messages in 2019 through LinkedIn. Guys, thanks for tuning in. A few minutes over our normal 10-minute cap, but I thought there was some really good insight from LinkedIn. I hope you enjoyed your content. Don't forget, this Friday, we're going to have Katie Lilly come in, and we'll have the podcast on the book Traction, where we talk about getting a grip on your business. And it's a great series, so I invite you to come check us out on Fridays. Again, my name is Michael Wynn. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.